Great, thanks a lot. Okay, back to you, Ed.
Thanks very much, JP. Very good talk. Moving on to our next talk, we have Monika Swiderska, who will be talking about the power of keeping it simple. Monika, can you share your screen? There you go. Very nice.
Can you hear me? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Hello, everyone. Firstly, I would like to tell you a story. A couple of years ago, I attended a conference for the organization I volunteer with, Toastmasters International. And during that conference, there was one of the workshops. And a leader standing in front of the whole room was presenting the organizational structure of the organization in UK, in the South. And amongst graphs and charts and tables, she showed a map. And I looked at the map, and this was one of those when you look and you think, oh my goodness, who did publish this? During the workshop, I didn't say anything, but this was a weekend conference. So during the dinner, when Sauvignon Blanc got the better side of me, I approached the leader and I said to them, mate, this is rubbish. I can do it better. So he looked back at me and said, Monika, consider yourself hired. That was 2 years ago. And since that time, I've been involved with Toastmasters International in UK as a GIS specialist, making maps for them. And I would like to share with you some on the way. I'm thinking that not all of you would know what Toastmasters International is. So this is a non-profit organization with headquarters based in the USA. And we are an organization that aims to teach people communication and leadership skills. Worldwide, we have more than 380,000 members in over 140 countries. In the district I'm involved with and I'm volunteering with, we have, give or take, 180 clubs and around 5,000 members as of March this year. So I would like to tell you a bit about the structure, and this is important. Some of you might think, why the heck is she trying to tell us so much information about this organization? Well, this is because what I've learned is actually basing on the organizational structure and the challenges I've overcome. So please pay attention. At the bottom of our organizations, we have members. Then members belong to clubs, and clubs, for example, in London, we have around 90 of them. They are between 20 to 40 members. Clubs are then grouped into areas, areas into divisions, divisions into districts into regions, and all of this is overlooked by Toastmasters International. Now, there are a couple of rules that we have to abide by when we structure our organizations. So when you go back to the area level in the middle, in area, there's always between 4 to 6 clubs. And this is like a law for us. Then in the division, there is a minimum of 3 areas. On average, it's around 4 to 6, which gives an average of, give or take, 25 clubs. Now, I work on the district level down. You would wonder why this, because we want to enhance members' experience. So you think if you have the right numbers of people in your organization, whether it's a sports club you belong to, or a church, or a choir, or whatever it is, you would like to have a certain numbers. So it's not too much or not too little. At the same time, we also want to enable all volunteers to have a good experience and be able to support the members. So again, not too much and not too little. 2 other parts to that work was that we need to enable membership growth and membership retention. So we would want more members to join, but also members to stay so they have experience. And the third, realignment. So as you can imagine, in every organization, there is some churn. So there are clubs that are being dissolved because people leave or things happen. And there are clubs that emerge. And given the set of rules that we have in place, we have to realign within areas, within divisions, sometimes within districts. But we need to have those structural rules in place. And my work really came very muchly into there. So we have clubs, we have members, and we have a lot of information about those. So this is our district, District 91 UK South. This is divided by divisions. We have 7 of them, 1 in central London, 3 in London, and then 3 in the countryside. And if you want to look at the clubs, these are the clubs in District 91 UK South. I've created both of the maps using QGIS, so all open source. And if you think about this and this information, you can also get much more. So all of those clubs, we understand that how many members they have, what was their base membership last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But we also understand what sorts of educational and communication and leadership goals the members met. So you have the name of the clubs, you have their ID, you have the numbers, and you can break it down, you can learn much more. Then you know where the clubs are. So this is very geospatial query and question you're asking. So we have Covent Garden speakers who meet in central London in Freemasons Hall in Great Queen Street. But as district leaders, we also have information about the members. So on the right on your screen, you have 3 imaginary members, John, Marianne, and Andrea, and they are all members of Covent Garden speakers. And as a leader, I know how many awards, educational awards they had, how long have been the member of this particular club, whether they are a member of any other clubs, and since when they are members. So I don't know about you, but my brain started to picture, you have all this data, you can get overwhelmed, you can overwhelm everyone else. So I got excited, Voronoi polygons to get better areas and division board boundaries. Then you can do shortest path algorithms to understand where the members are commuting from, whether they're going from work or home, or how much time they spend on the train to get to the club, why they are going there, etc., etc. So does it make you tick? It definitely did make me tick. So when I started this project, I had great plans. I had imaginary, numbers for further machine learning and algorithms and everything that I could use. And you know what? I got my first question from a leader. And he asked me, Monika, can you make a map so that my members know where the neighbor clubs are? Monika, can you make a map so we know where the clubs are? I was excited about all the stuff I could do with GIS and geospatial analysis, and they were asking me for a simple point on a map. After the initial shock, this is what I've done. And I created a map for area K58, which is in city area of London. And what that leader literally wanted to know is to show his members, look guys, this is where we are. If you walk 10 minutes down this street, there's another club where you can enhance your network. You can check something else and what these guys are doing. And once I've done this map, it turned out that there is more need for maps like this. So I've made another one for area L16, or again, in the central part of London, Excalibur speakers 15 minutes down the road. You bump into Mindshare Toastmasters and then data science speakers and many others. If you're in Canary Wharf, you don't even have to walk 10 minutes because you can just go downstairs in the same building and you will see that there are some other Toastmasters club, or maybe across the street. So this was what I was doing. And my realization at that point was that as a GIS specialist, I'm excited about data. I'm excited about geospatial and the fancy solutions and great visualizations that we want to put on Twitter and LinkedIn and give us love and attention and all the joy. But in reality, what the end user needs, what people might want from you is just a simple point on the map, because they've never seen a proper map before, or the business or an organization have never ever used GIS before. But given I've done this exercise and I understood where our clubs are, I thought, what else can we do? We have clubs, we have members. There's certainly something more to enhance this pretty boring task of putting points on the map. And I thought, demographics. And in UK in 2011, we have very good census data collected. So I thought we could use that. So this is what I've done. And I took the demographics data and put it directly with words, geometry, and put it on the map. So if you see the darker blue it is, the more people there are. But I also understood where our clubs are. So I visualized that on the map as red stars. And then I also knew where our members are. So I overlaid this with points. And from that, my organization, District 91, realized that there are blank spots on the map where we actually have members who travels miles and miles and miles to attend the meeting. So for example, if you look in Southwest area around Taunton over here, you would see plenty of population there. There's a couple of members of ours who drive a long way just to get to club meetings. So why didn't they start their own club? And that way enable the membership growth, the organization growth, and probably enhance their experience because they are not going to time on commuting. There are places like this all around England and in our part of Wales. And as a result, I know that this map and the previous ones are part of the marketing plan for District 91 and the strategic growth plan for the next years. So what I've learned from this exercise is that there is a power in simple solutions. As a GIS enthusiast, map professionals, data scientists, developers, we tend to go for solutions that excite us. And very often we're looking for things that spark a bit of joy in our eyes, and we can publish this on all social media and get love and attention of other people. But this might not necessarily always be what your organization, your business need and what the end user needs. My lessons from this project, and perhaps lessons that I could share with you, is that there is a power in keeping it simple. So thank you very much. If you'd like to contact me, there's my contact details on LinkedIn, and thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Monika. Thank you very much. Let me just look and see what questions we've got in. So I've got a question here for you, which is, isn't there a risk that some complex topics are made too simple?
I wouldn't say so, not at this stage. So obviously we're not looking at, predicting which clubs are going to fail in the future or any super demographics or how clubs are performing based on these metrics. We are simply looking at where our members are, whether they're commuting long enough or not long enough, or where the blanks are in the space. And then I thought initially that's the whole point. I thought I would need to know this project would last a year, 2, 3, 5. I would need to recruit a bunch of scientists to help me with this. But it turns out it's not true, because what people need to understand or want to understand is simply that, I belong to a club in central London. Is there any other clubs within, mile radius that I can visit to enhance the experience and grow my network? And for that purpose, a simple PDF map is just good enough.
Okay, thank you.